wise old king who had the rare gift of foresight. He knew that in 1 year his reign would end, and he had to choose which of his 3 children would inherit the kingdom. He loved all 3 dearly. The first one was clever, the second was brave, and the third was kind. But more than cleverness, kindness, or bravery, he wanted a ruler with integrity. So one bright morning, he called all of them to the royal garden. He handed each of them a seed. He said, whichever one of you grows the best plant in 6 months will be worthy enough to rule the kingdom. Hearing this, the first son said, I will have the tallest tree. The second said, mine will have the most flowers. But the third child just stayed silent, holding the tiny seed. Days turned into weeks in the royal gardens. The first and the second child even had tiny little shoots. But the third child just had an empty pot of soil. He watered it, gave it food, and cared for it, but nothing happened. 6 months had passed. The grand hall was filled with excitement. The first son presented a long leafy tree. The second presented a tree filled with flowers. But the third just presented a bare pot of soil. He said that, Father, I tried my best, but nothing happened. I prayed for it, cared for it, and even gave it sunlight. But nothing happened. I could not lie. Hearing this, the king was so happy. He stood up and said, Children, I must reveal the truth. The seeds I gave you were wild. They could never grow. Only one of you had the courage to come tell me the truth. He placed the crown gently on the youngest child's head and said, A kingdom can survive mistakes, but without honesty, it will crumble. Therefore, the crown belongs to the one who was honest. The moral of the story: truth, even when difficult, shines brighter than any false success.